Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be setting up a life log journal. This is inspired by Randy Plans on Instagram and YouTube. I will link all of the good stuff down below in case you're interested in seeing the source material. But essentially, I have been in a somewhat good mindset for journaling recently and had the desire to start another journal, I guess. Just had a little bit of creative juice in me and wanted to get it out. And I had this insert from baum-kuchen. It's their jiyū monthly planner. I didn't put it to use this year until now, so I'm putting it to use as my life log. So the first couple of pages are blank. I don't really know what I'm going to do with them right now, but the next couple of pages are monthly layouts, so month at a glance essentially, and I used these few pages to have as my birthday tracker, so I have all my birthdays written down in one place. And now this next part is again inspired by Randy Plans. She uses a monthly calendar to write down one thing a day that happened as sort of like a memory keeping thing. So first I'm taking my Marvy pen in brown, it's a flex tip Marvy pen, and writing the month in the top right corner of the page, and then I'm taking my pentel energel 0.7 tip with brown ink to mark all of the numbers of the days in the calendar because it's an undated monthly calendar system. Okay, then I'm using my Sarasa Studio washi tape to decorate. This is my go-to washi tape. I just have a love-hate relationship with it because obviously it's beautiful, but it's not really washi tape. It comes with a peel-back sticker sheet thing, and I struggle with putting it down because you can't just take it off like you can take off washi tape. It rips off the paper a little bit because it's more like a sticker rather than a washi tape. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I am now just filling in some highlights from this month, such as my thesis defense, which was a couple of Fridays ago, and I also started a new prescription, all that good stuff, things that I want to remember or keep track of. And also now I have an excuse to use all of these stickers that I've obviously been hoarding and need to get rid of. Okay, so I think now is a good time for me to kind of talk about the jiyū notebook. So this is a special collaboration between a boutique stationery store called baum-kuchen in Pasadena, California, and the Travelers Company, which is a company that makes Travelers notebooks. This is a 52 GSM notebook, 52 GSM paper notebook. It's got a slight cream color to it, and it has that monthly layout to it, and then some dotted pages at the very end. Overall, I would say this is a really beautiful book. The paper is super smooth to write on, and the pre-made parts of the book are very beautiful and light. Like, you can barely see it on the page right now as I'm working on this spread. Unfortunately, I just overall don't think that this is for me. I do like thinner sheets on paper. I've been straying away from my Archer and Olive 160 GSM paper notebook and going towards lighter GSM paper notebooks because I really like, for example, the Moleskine. But I think 52 GSM is a little too light. You will see in a minute when I do my swatch page that literally everything goes through, and that is just not what I like in a notebook, unfortunately. Like, I don't want bleed through, I don't want ghosting, don't want to be able to see like what I wrote essentially on the other side. But I guess when it comes to the Archer and Olive notebooks, there's just not enough feedback. Like, it's too thick. It feels like I'm writing on cardboard. So I don't know why, but for me that takes away from the writing experience. So I'm still looking for my happy medium. I think it's kind of like the Moleskine Leuchtturm paper size that I like. But yeah, just figuring it out and also using what I buy. So I bought this and obviously I want to use it. We're now going to flash back to the night before to when I did my pen swatch page. I just felt like doing it out of the blue, so I broke out my ring light and literally my entire pen collection and started going through all of my pens to see what ghosts and what doesn't. And spoiler alert, everything does, even my beloved ballpoint pens, which never ghost on anything, so I'm a little disappointed with that. But again, I should have known that was coming since it was advertised that it's super light, super thin paper, so of course everything's gonna go through. Like, duh, Mari, that's my bad. It's just, I don't know, it's sad to deal with now that I know what I really want from my notebook. Another thing that you may have just seen that I kind of have a problem with in terms of using this notebook in particular is that it refuses to lay flat. I literally have been like rubbing my fist against the middle of the pages or just opening the entire book up and breaking the spine backwards to try and get it to lay flat. And then of course I have my metal clip that I always use to anchor down the lighter pages, but literally it's just so hard to get this paper to lay flat. And then because it's so light, the paper moves around so much. So if you like hold the paper with your hand like I like to do, you will be moving around the paper and it's just a little suboptimal. Like you can see I've crinkled the paper very slightly, either with like the sweat from my hands because I live in Hawaii, so I'm like always sweating, or just moving around the paper, which again, it's not really what I like from a notebook. But one more time, I've learned my lesson, now I know. Sorry about like the dip in content, especially in terms of journaling stuff. Journaling and creativity for me is intrinsically linked with my mental health, so when I'm not having a good time mentally, I just don't have any creative juice in me. But the good news is you're seeing this journaling video, which means I'm in a little bit of a better place. I want to journal, my head's in a better place, so yeah. That's my thoughts on the jiyū insert, and now we're moving on to my life journal. So if you don't remember, this is a dot grid traveler's notebook insert that I started a while ago, like maybe even 2 years ago, but I've just been using it on and off for a bunch of different things. I've repurposed it recently to be kind of like my bullet journal, but on a weekly basis for non-school, non-work things that I have to do in life. So chores or other reminders like, oh, I want to go watch this anime. So I will write that down in these calendars. And what's nice is that I'm doing it on a weekly basis, so I can just get it done whenever in the week, not on a certain day. So I've just taken my monthly rubber stamps and made a month stamp at the top of every single page. I then use that same highlighter that you're seeing right there to highlight the week that all of these lists are for. And then I write down the week number using this little chapter header. So chapter 11, meaning it's the 11th week of the year. And yeah, it's spring break, so I'm writing down a big old to-do list of spring cleaning and other stuff that I have to catch up on while I'm not in school. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a good rest of your day and a good rest of your week. And I'll see you next time. Bye!